Have you ever seen a perfect miniature tree standing proudly in a small pot? It looks just like an ancient giant you might find in a forest, but small enough to sit on your windowsill. This is the magical world of bonsai. It's more than just growing a small plant. It's a living art form. It's the gentle and patient practice of shaping a tree over many, many years. Each one tells a story. Time, care, the quiet connection between a person and nature. Bonsai invites us to slow down. Observe the subtle, beautiful changes of the seasons, all captured within a single tiny tree. It's a wonderful way to bring a piece of the wild, untamed world into our homes. Imagine a majestic oak, its gnarled branches reaching for the sky, weathered by countless storms. The story of bonsai begins long ago, not in Japan as many believe, but in ancient China. Over 1,000 years ago, the Chinese began creating miniature landscapes in shallow containers, an art form they called penjing. They would carefully arrange trees, rocks, tiny figures to replicate the beauty of a natural scene. This practice was deeply connected to Taoist principles, celebrating the harmony between humanity and the natural world. These miniature landscapes were seen as objects of great beauty and contemplation, holding a spiritual significance for those who created and viewed them. It was Buddhist monks who eventually brought this captivating art form from China to Japan. The Japanese people embraced it wholeheartedly, but they refined it, focusing more on the single tree itself. They developed a simpler, more minimalist aesthetic, and the art we now know as bonsai, which translates to planted in a container, was born. For the Japanese, bonsai became deeply intertwined with Zen Buddhism. The practice was seen as a form of meditation, a discipline that required patience, balance, a deep understanding of nature's patterns. It was not just about aesthetics, it was a spiritual journey to find harmony and inner peace through the quiet cultivation of a tree. What makes a bonsai tree so captivating is its ability to replicate the grandeur of a mature, full-size tree in a compact and manageable form. The most striking feature is, of course, the trunk. A well-cultivated bonsai will have a thick, tapered trunk that looks ancient and powerful, wider at the base and gradually narrowing as it rises. Often the trunk is twisted or curved, suggesting a long life spent battling the elements. The texture of the bark is also very important, rugged and peeling on a pine, smooth and gray on a Japanese maple, always contributing to the illusion of age and character. The branches and leaves are just as crucial. Branches are carefully pruned, sometimes wired to guide their shape, often forming triangular pads of foliage that create depth and perspective. Leaves are kept small through specific pruning techniques, ensuring they remain in proportion to the rest of the tree. You can almost feel the wind rustling through tiny leaves and imagine standing beneath its mighty boughs, even though it's only a foot or two tall. Many species can be trained as bonsai, each with unique charm. The art of bonsai is not about forcing a tree into an unnatural shape, but about guiding it into a style that reflects the way trees grow in nature. Over centuries, Japanese masters codified these natural forms into traditional styles, each with its own name and character. These styles give a framework, inspiration, and a path to follow. Formal upright, choken, perfectly straight tapering trunk, evenly spaced branches, shorter at the top, forming a symmetrical triangular silhouette. It represents a tree in an open field. Informal upright, moyogi, trunk with gentle curves or S-shaped bends. The apex stays above the base. Branches on the outside of the curves create movement and grace. A tree that struggled for light, resilience, and perfect imperfection. Slanting, shakan. Trunk leans dramatically as if pushed by wind. Strong roots on one side anchor the tree. Branches sweep back to create balance. Caring for a bonsai is, well, a gentle rhythm, a daily practice that really connects you to the needs of your little tree. The most important element to get right is light. Most bonsai trees, even those sold as so-called indoor varieties, just love plenty of light. A spot near a south-facing window is often ideal, but be careful of intense, direct midday sun. It can scorch leaves. If you have an outdoor bonsai like a juniper or a pine, keep it outside year-round to experience full sun and the changing seasons. The key is to know your specific tree. For example, a ficus indoors, a maple outdoors for seasonal signals. Watering is perhaps the most crucial skill to master. Many beginners get it wrong. No strict schedule. Check the soil every day. Touch the soil surface. If it feels dry, water. Water thoroughly until water runs from the drainage holes. That saturates the whole root ball. Never let it dry out completely and don't let it sit in a saucer of water. Root rot risk. It's a balance, a conversation between you and the tree. Right soil and a proper pot are the foundation of a healthy bonsai. Bonsai soil is very different from regular potting mix. A gritty, fast-draining mixture, akadama, pumice, lava rock. This mix gives drainage and aeration while holding moisture. Repot every 2 to 5 years depending on the tree. Refresh nutrients and prune roots. Choosing the right pot is part of the art. Pruning is really the heart of bonsai styling. It guides the tree's growth. It keeps the tree miniature. It refines the tree's shape over time. There are 2 main types of pruning. The first is maintenance pruning, done throughout the growing season. Trimming new shoots, trimming leaves to keep foliage pads defined. This encourages smaller leaves and a finer, delicate branch structure. It's a quiet, meditative task. Careful, considered cuts. The second is structural pruning, done in dormancy. Larger cuts remove branches that are too thick. Remove branches growing the wrong direction. Remove branches that don't fit the design. This establishes the fundamental shape, and it takes thought and a bit of courage. The goal? A natural-looking structure with age and movement. Every cut should have purpose, to tell the tree's story. Wiring. Wrap soft aluminum or annealed copper wire around trunk or branches. Gently bend the branch into position. The wire holds the shape while the wood sets, months to a year. Apply and remove wire carefully so it doesn't cut into bark. Wiring adds artistry and refinement beyond pruning. This process keeps your bonsai healthy and able to thrive for years. We have journeyed through the enchanting world of bonsai from its ancient origins as a meditative practice to the practical steps of care and cultivation. We have seen how these miniature trees are more than just plants. They are living sculptures, storytellers, and quiet companions. Each one is a testament to the beauty of nature and the patient hand of the grower. They capture the majestic spirit of an ancient forest giant and bring it into our homes, offering a daily reminder of harmony and balance. The art of bonsai is a celebration of life on an intimate and personal scale. The idea of starting your own bonsai might seem daunting, but it is a journey open to everyone. Begin with a simple, forgiving tree like a ficus or a Chinese elm. Find a bright spot for it in your home and take a moment each day to check its soil and admire its form. So, I encourage you to take that first step. Choose a small tree that speaks to you, bring it home and begin the slow, rewarding dance of nurturing a tiny tree.